Awful news, just arrived at the London Stadium. West Ham legend Billy Bonds has passed away today at the age of 79. An absolute icon here at this club. Made 799 appearances. So let's go and speak to some of the fans and get their thoughts. So terrible news about Billy Bonds this morning, dying at the age of 79.
Yeah, I only just found out. You just told me. It's really upsetting. He's a lovely bloke.
Yeah.
One of the best managers that we had.
What is your favourite memories of him? Obviously a great player, 799 appearances.
Christ. Well, when I was younger, I watched him play against Chelsea up at Upton Park. And I can't remember my mind's game, but I think he scored a couple of goals in that game. And Billy Bonds' Claret Blue Army. Yeah. That's what it was. And that's what it stays.
And obviously a great manager.
Very, very good manager. Good team we had then as well. At that time. Sorry, mate. I think what to say. It's just first I've heard of it just now. I mean, I saw that thing on the website saying about that 4 minutes are going to sing Billy Bonds' Claret Blue Army, and I saw that and I wondered if he was ill or not. But it's a sad day.
Avid West Ham fan, 60 odd years, and the news that Billy Bonds has sadly passed away.
It stopped me in my tracks. It absolutely has. I knew he'd been in hospital, but to hear he passed away, it's terrible news. Suffice to say, one of the stands is named after him. He is genuinely a legend. I think, you can, Moore, Bonds, Brooking, really of the old time, if you like, legends or from the 60s, 70s. And it's knocked me for six. I mean, I have a poster of him, a signed poster at home, 6'2", eyes of blue. Billy Bonds is after you, and it's tragic news.
Yeah, well, that's going to add a sad atmosphere to the stadium today for the Liverpool match.
It is. I mean, this is always a big game, but that will be underlining everything today, I'm afraid.
So Colin, a very sad Sunday, the news that Billy Bonds has passed away. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shock. I know there was rumours a few days ago that he wasn't well, and it's just sad to hear that. It was a mate of mine sent me a message a few minutes ago. He was the same mate that we went up to Villa Park in '91. Billy Bonds in charge of the team. We were going for the cup final, but it was an awful game. But the fan reaction, Billy Bonds, Claret Blue Army for ages, it just rang around the ground. We outsung them, and it's just a tribute to the fans. And I hope that we can do the same today, get that song going, and just pay tribute to a great man. Obviously, he was a massive part of my early days watching. I remember being at the ground when he came on as a substitute. I think he was 40 years old. Just the reaction was amazing. But he's a legend. He'll never be forgotten. And, I just hope we can do him justice today, on and off the pitch. Really hope we can do that.
He epitomises what West Ham's about, wasn't he? He made 799 appearances for the club. He obviously got the MBE as well, and an absolute gentleman.
Absolutely, he epitomises what this club's about, and it is just a massive loss. And I really hope we can have some sort of legacy to him at the ground, remembering him some way. I know we've got the stand named after him where I sit, but I'm hoping the club can do the right thing and do more, and just remember this great man's memory today, and in the future, for future generations as well. Just to remember, a legend, and I don't think there'll ever be another one like him.
Yeah. Fantastic man. Loved the man to bits. He used to get on the park and he used to spit most of the time at people, beyond people, everything else. He was just a tremendous man, great footballer, and he loved West Ham. I know he was at Charlton before, but he loved West Ham, and he was just a West Hammer through and through. Fantastic.
What was your fondest memory of him?
It was just the way it was. I've been a season ticket for 35 years, so I've seen him loads of times. So I think I've got so many memories about the man. Nothing stands out, but consistently, he was just absolutely tremendous, man.
Yeah, and of course he managed the club as well.
He did for a short time, yeah.
What did you think of him as a manager?
I don't know, compared to everyone else, and like everyone else I had respect for, like Bobby Moore, he didn't make much of a manager either. But you don't have to be a footballer to be a manager, I think. Arsene Wenger really proved that point. But perhaps he wasn't given enough time, I don't know. But he didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Still a great man.
And of course the club and Liverpool, of course, will pay tribute to him before kick-off today.
Yeah, great. That's fantastic. And I know the supporters, for all that they've been through as well, they'll be there standing up for the man. So that'll be really good to see.
I can't believe it. I've just heard it now 2 minutes ago. And he was such a legend of West Ham United. And even when I was growing up as a kid, my two heroes were Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds. Just the attitude and the performance he used to put on when he was on the pitch, whatever that, he was like true West Ham. Everybody wants West Ham players to play like Billy Bonds and Trevor Brooking. And just to hear that he passed away today is just terrible news. Absolutely terrible news. Just gutted. Even like getting the stand named after Billy Bonds there a couple of years ago, like brought tears to my eyes, because of all the players that we've had over the years, he deserved it, you know, as much as anybody else would ever deserve entering in any club. So really sad news today.
And what we have to remember, not only did he make those 799 appearances and manage the club and got an MBE, he actually played for West Ham at the age of 40.
Yeah, he was unbelievable to still put on his togs now, put on his gear and go out. And you see some fellas now when they're even in their 30s, people are saying they're past it. You're never past it if you have the right attitude, and you go out and play for your team, play for your fans. You can play till you're nearly 50 if you have the right attitude. And Billy Bonds was an absolute legend of West Ham United.
Yeah, 2 FA Cups with us, brilliant player, will always be a legend. Just a sad loss, couldn't believe it this morning. I kept hearing things come up on my news feed. I thought, please, not to be true that he was ill, but find out this morning that he's died when we got here to the game. So sad. He'll always be remembered as a true hammer. Fantastic. I was here when they opened the stand, named it after him, and he was in tears. It meant so much to him, and he'll be sadly missed by all of us.
What's your favourite memory of him?
Probably FA Cup, winning the FA Cup. Just everything. I managed to watch him right towards the end of his career. He was still a really good player, but so sad. Never made one England appearance, which I can't believe. I don't know. He's going to be really badly missed.
Greatest player never to play for England?
Yes, probably is.
Yeah.
Probably is.
And of course, what we have to remember, he played when he was 40 still.
Yeah, I know he did. And still as fit as a flea. Even as a manager later on, he was still so fit, wasn't he? But so sad. Just really sad news.
And hopefully nice tributes today.
Will be a nice tribute today. I think it'll be electric here today. And let's have a win today for Bill and his family. And rest in peace, Bill.
Very, very sad. A true legend, and there will never be another like him, I don't think.
No, exactly right. I remember watching him having a fight with, I think it was Colin Todd. And you know, the reaction he got when they opened the stand here the other day, a couple of years ago was fantastic. I'm absolutely gutted. I really am. You know, I see the news on the train coming over, and I just, oh wow. Just hope we get a good result for him today as well. So.
Can I ask you both what your favourite memories were of him?
Hard to remember, really. There were just so many. So I'll pass on that one for the moment, because it's just so many, and I'm still a little bit overwhelmed by the thought of it. I only heard the news about half an hour ago, so I'm not quite got it in my head yet, I'm afraid.
I think we may be the 74 and 80 FA Cups, lifting the cups, Wembley. I've seen that as a 10-year-old watching Billy Bonds lift that cup up in 74 was fantastic. And so I see when you had that dynamo, that triangle of Brooking, Bonds and Devonshire in the middle there in the early 80s, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And of course he went on to play to his 41. So fantastic player. It's going to be so sorely missed. Sorely missed.
And what we have to remember, of course, he was 40 when he was still playing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it's hard to believe that he was still playing at that age, really, isn't it? So, I just heard the news about half an hour ago on the train, and devastated. Really am devastated.
Yeah. And MBE as well.
MBE, last time he was here when he opened the stand officially. But yeah, so sad, so sad.
I just hope that today they can put on a decent tribute for him. I know it's short notice, but it'd been nice to see the armbands and a proper tribute, which I hope they can put together at short notice for him.
Well, as you just heard, a very sombre atmosphere here at the London Stadium. Fans are absolutely devastated. A very sombre day at West Ham, the passing of the great Billy Bonds, age 79, 799 appearances for West Ham United. Devastating.
I mean, there are stands named after Billy Bonds, Trevor Brooking and Bobby Moore. Those are the three legends of this club. And in 2018, Billy Bonds was named the greatest ever player. That's quite an accolade. He was a very private and loyal man post-football, but when he was a player, he'd roll down those socks, expose those ankles in an era of tough tacklers, and he would go up against the likes of the Graham Souness and the Billy Bremner, and he would really be full-blooded, tough but fair. Yeah. And that was the type of playing style he was. But not only that was he a tremendous player in midfield, never was able to play for England, unfortunately. He won the FA Cup twice as the captain in 1975 and 1980. He led the side into the Cup Winners' Cup final in 1976. They lost that to Anderlecht. They lost a League Cup final. So he was there at some of the biggest moments in this club's history. The fans sting about him to this day. Billy Bonds, Claret Blue Army. He's a legend in these parts, and as you say, it's an incredibly sad day.
And of course, he came through. He was, different teams, didn't he? He spanned different teams. I mean, you had obviously that great team in the 70s that won the FA Cup in 1975 against Fulham, which was obviously captained by the great Bobby Moore. And in the 1980 success, which was the last time a team outside the top flight actually won the FA Cup. And I remember, like you, Rob, I was brought up with tales of Billy Bonds. I mean, he was still playing actually when he played until he was 40 actually.
41, yeah. So I grew up in sort of Essex, and my uncle would have gone to matches in the 60s and 70s, and I grew up retelling those stories as you grow up. He started in 1967 under Ron Greenwood, so the year after the World Cup victory, of course, and then he ended up retiring in 1988 under only his second club manager, John Lyall, during that period, obviously trophy-laden spell that he had here in East London. But the very fact he never got a chance to play for England. Greenwood selected him. He was on the bench against Italy in 1977. He was going to play against Brazil in 1981, but Phil Parkes, the goalkeeper, clattered into him, broke his ribs, so he never played. So arguably of that era, he was one of, if not the best player never to wear the Three Lions shirt, which is a bit of a shame. But that doesn't reflect against the legacy that he leaves in this part of the capital.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking to a lot of West Ham fans outside the ground, and they said he epitomised West Ham United. He was a true roll your sleeves up sort of player. Yeah. And even if West Ham were to lose today against Liverpool, which is going to be kicking off in about an hour's time, as long as they put in a performance befitting the great man, they'll be happy.
That's what West Ham fans want, probably fans of most clubs, is 100% full commitment, and Billy Bonds embodied that when he was a player. He was a manager for 4 seasons. He took them up into the top flight, they got relegated, took them back into the Premier League, so it was a bit of a mixed period when he was there for 4 seasons until 94. But for Billy Bonds, he'll be forever remembered, and before kick-off there'll be a period of appreciation and applause for his name. There'll be graphics shown of his face, and also Jared Bowen, the captain, will be leading a shirt with the iconic number 4 on it to the Billy Bonds stand and laying it on the ground before kick-off. So a fitting tribute. There'll be a bigger tribute ahead of the next match at West Ham play, because obviously it was only announced a couple of hours before kick-off of the sad passing.
Yeah, extremely sad passing. We're all devastated here as West Ham fans, and all we can say is rest in peace, the great Billy Bonds.
hear of the passing this morning of our courageous, inspirational hero, Billy Bonds. Please join us now for a period of applause to remember a wonderful man, one of the greatest competitors English football has ever seen.